Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Splinter Cell Chaos Theory Map Tours. Today we're going to be looking at Snake's version of CPUSA, which is a custom map that Snake has altered to improve for the better in my opinion for the most part. But it's a pretty cool map. There's a lot going on in this map, so there's quite a bit to cover as far as mechanics in the map, things like that. And it's a fun map to play, particularly as the Spies. There's a lot of little side hacks you can do, a lot of like verticality that you can use, so it's a fun map. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the Spies spawn in this building sort of across the way from the main building. As you can see, there's quite a bit of objectives that you have to complete. You have to complete 5 objectives on this map. So that can be a little bit intimidating for newer players, but it's pretty fun. You'll see how it all works out here. The Spies can spawn in 2 different locations. So there's this sort of lower area, and then there's an upper area on a balcony which has a couple of zip lines. Snake did add this particular pole which connects the spawn areas. So we can actually just take it now just to kind of show you what I mean by that. But the original version of the map, you just kind of got what you got with the spawn, and there wasn't really a way to select which way to go from there. So this is the other way to go. It kind of connects to this balcony, and again there's this zip line that goes all the way across. There's also a second zip line that goes down to the sort of glass dome. So there's, as you can see, lots of objectives, but let's not get too overwhelmed. Let's go back down the pole here and just try to give the general layout again. So if you start in this bottom area, you can drop down. It's going to lead into this sort of lower area. There is an out of order elevator over here. Nothing works. Just there. There is a med kit. If you were to take this hatch, this is going to lead you down underground and ultimately to the parking lot. So we'll probably come back to that. Coming up these stairs is going to lead to this little back alleyway, of which there are multiple ways to get into the actual map. So you can take this little hatch that's going to lead you to like the bushes, and you can go through the bushes to pop out into the map. Or you can jump onto these little dumpsters over here and jump the wall, and that also gets you into the map. The other one, you can't really see it because it's behind the bushes, but you pop out through there. This is the main entrance of CPUSA, which is the Communist Party of the United States of America, so we are infiltrating the communists. There's a motion sensor on the front door. Gotta be careful of that. Coming through here, there's a couple of metal detectors along these plants. Unlike some other maps, these metal detectors actually do react by beeping when you go through them. That's about it. They don't really detect you or anything, but they do beep, which I do find humorous. Already you can see this is the first disc objective, of which there are 2. So this is the first one in this sort of lobby area. If we're staying on the ground floor here, this is going to go over to a little conference area, like a little conference room. Up here is the actual objective. So it's on the second level of this little conference room. There's a Merc only door right here. Coming back through is going to lead into this little area, which is the office objective. So there's a camera that watches this little office. This computer is a 12-second hack on the office. There's a little tarp that does connect into this back room, which this is the document bomb plant. So there's only one place to plant the bomb. It's a 20-second timer on this document bomb. There's an opening that leads to the outside. If you'll notice, there's a lot of water in this area, and some electrical cords. Interesting. There's also a hatch that comes down here, which we'll take a look at. More tarps. And if we come over, let's look upstairs first. So if you come upstairs, this is the top of the conference room. So this is where the actual computer objective is. Again, it's another like 12-second hack on that. There's some different accesses to the roof and the ceiling and things like that. Kind of swings around onto this little balcony area, which has some lattices which you can climb to get back onto the roof. And if you come around here, this is going to... Oh, well, first let's look at the top over here. So coming into this area is the top of the office area. And then there's a disk in this little room over here. So there is a single laser right here. Shoot out. And this is going to lead to a disk objective, which you do have to sort of get at. You have to hack this panel. We can just do it now. Hack this panel. And it's a very secret disk. So you can grab this disk here. So that is the Senator's secret files, is what they call that objective. There are some ways into the roof and things like that from here. There's also a window, which, as you'll see, is closed currently, but that can be opened. Oh, tripped that laser there. And let's go across to the bathroom. So this is actually a fairly important location because this bathroom connects to a lot. There is a med kit over here, as well as over here, so 2 med kits. And then there's a lot of little vents that connect into this bathroom. So we'll probably end up exploring the majority of those. There is a little side area over here which connects to outside, as well as another vent. And a door, which leads onto this little catwalk out here, going to the outside of the building. That's the window that gets to the secret file senator office. And these are Merc-only doors or one-way doors for the spies from the inside, but you are able to hack them open from the outside. It's like a 6 or 7 second hack here. And in Snake's version of this map, all of these hacks are permanent. Originally, the Mercs were able to re-enable those hacks, but Snake updated it to make it so that these hacks are permanent. Let's continue on and go to the major stairwell here, because I still want to cover all the basic areas first. So this is the back stairwell. There is a little hatch here that leads to the conference room. Going down the stairwell, we're back to where we saw the disc initially here. Here's one of the discs. And then this continues down into the parking lot. There's another hatch that leads to outside down here. There's another little area in the back of the stairwell which has some vent systems we'll come back to. And then this is the main parking lot. There is a camera right here overlooking this parking lot. And then this is one of the disc capture points. There are multiple. Snake added an additional one. So this used to be the only disc capture point. Let's go ahead and just hack this door open. But there are multiple ways into this disc room. But once you hack this as the spy, it is permanently open on this version. So this is the little disc capture area. So we can actually just go ahead and capture this disc. There's a med kit back here, as well as some other little vents. There's another hacking panel. So there's actually a lot going on in this map. Down in the bottom of the map, this is the whole parking lot. So we've got these different vans that you can plant bombs on. 3 different spots. There is ammo for the Mercs down here, and then some other little connecting areas, some little vents and things down in the bottom of this map. So we're going to get around to all that. You can also get up into these little beams that go across. And then let's go ahead and this garage does open from the inside. However, if you're on the outside, I'm not going to let you in as the spy unless you hack this panel. So this is a longer hack on the garage. It's a 10-second hack. But again, once you hack it open, it is permanently open on this version of the map. So that is actually a pretty useful hack in my opinion, because being able to plant bombs and then run back up into get into like the office over here. This is a hatch that leads into the office, or just getting to these other areas. It just opens up a lot of mobility. Getting this garage open for the spies, a lot of hit and run tactics that you could use. So that's kind of broad strokes layout of the map, and let's kind of get into... Oh, here's the disc capture point, the second disc capture point, by the way. This one was added by Snake, so this one's on the outside of the building. Definitely makes the disc capture a whole lot easier for either of the discs, if you ask me, because it's a lot easier to just get outside the building and capture it than having to get into the bottom of the garage, which is still an option. Like, you can still go down and capture in the garage, but it's a little bit easier to get to this outside capture area. So let's go ahead and get into a few more details of the map. So let's go back to the main entrance and try to take these things a little bit more one at a time. So again, here's the disc objective. Let's talk about this elevator really quick. So this is an elevator that is not a functional elevator, but the spies are able to hack it. And there's multiple locations to hack it from on multiple levels of the map. And it opens up this, elevator shaft. So one thing you can do is drop down into the parking lot, which you can hack it from right here. And then you're also able to climb up into the next level. And there's multiple things you can do from here. So this hatch is going to lead you back onto the roof. And then this just drops down onto the second level. Let me just get out of here so you can see exactly where we are. We're above the disc in the lobby area. So that's the other place to get access to that elevator shaft. And as I mentioned, it goes up to the roof as well. While we're on the second level, let's talk a little bit about this conference room. So there's definitely a few things in the conference room. So there is this little hatch that leads down into the stairwell. There's this balcony, which I mentioned you can climb the lattices to get onto the roof. There's a lot on the roof going on up there, which we'll come back to the roof. There's multiple hatches that lead into the ceiling. So there's a whole ceiling system which we'll come back to. There's a fire extinguisher which you can shoot, as well as over here, to blind Mercs coming in. And there's this button right here, which I kind of gassed out with the fire extinguisher here. But here's the button. There's one right here, and there should be one on the bottom floor. Yeah, you can see it down there. And hitting this button is going to close these doors. So there's one up here, and then there's two down here. So all of these doors get closed for 10 seconds, which is pretty huge for trying to get this particular hack right here. So that is really, really useful. Mercs can still come through this door. They can still come from outside, or they can even throw frags from outside the building through up onto that little balcony. So you're not immune to the Mercs, but it cuts off several major ways. The little vent over here is going to lead into the documents bomb. So it's like a little back route into the documents area. And then there are some other vents to consider in this conference area. So there's this one right here, which connects through into the bathroom. So again, this bathroom is a pretty big connecting area for a lot of different routes. If you follow it through, it goes into this side room, which leads to the outdoor catwalk area. So that is useful to know. Let's talk about this hacking panel while we're over here. So if you take this hacking panel, it's a long hack. It's 13 seconds. So it'll take a second to hack this here. But what this is going to do is near the document bomb plant, there was all that water with the electrical cords, and now the electricity is activated. So let's go ahead and hop this fence. That's the document bomb, but real quick, there is this little back entrance to the conference room again. So this is the conference room. And then if we jump through here, it's going to, again, lead to the bomb plant, but now you can see there's live wires on the water. So you can come over here and still make this bomb plant. So that's still okay. It is a 20-second bomb. And you can still hop your way over through here and get back into the conference room. But if you are a spy or a merc and you go on this water, now you're going to take shock damage. You're going to be, stunned for a second there. It doesn't do a whole bunch of damage, but it is continuing to do damage to me right there if you continue to stand in it. So that is a pretty useful little way to defend this document hack, or the document bomb plant, I should say. Mercs can still throw frags like from the conference room up in here, but now they're kind of using up their frags. So it does make it quite a bit more difficult as the Mercs. Let's go ahead and get up this ladder here. This is going to get onto the roof. So, now that we're on the roof here, there's definitely quite a few things to look into. So, just to orient ourselves, again, up there is the top spy spawn. So you can take the pole up to the top or just spawn up there. There is this zip line that goes all the way down. You can drop off like onto this part of the roof, or you can go all the way to the back. And there are a couple of poles that let you down from there. But since we're on this side of the roof, if you get on top of this glass structure, you can see kind of where you're at. This is the main lobby area that you're above. There is the zip line that also comes just right down here. There's this vent here, which you can see directly. Like, it's literally just this. This is the vent. And this will drop you just right above into the lobby. You can make the drop down onto the metal detector, and that'll prevent fall damage if you hit that metal detector below us. So just make sure you do that when you're dropping down. If you come over to this part of the roof, this is the elevator shaft. So as you can see, it is closed off, but you are able to hack it open. So if you make this hack, it's not too long, just like 5-second hack. And then that's going to gain you access to the elevator shaft, which we already hacked earlier to open the other parts of it, the other accesses. So again, that's the vent that leads to the second floor of the elevator, and then you can drop all the way down. That's going to get you down into the parking lot, ultimately at the bottom there. And then these are all just like bulletproof glass on the outside, so you can't shoot your way to get in. You do have to get in through the top or one of these like elevator door entrances. So this is access to your elevator shaft. A lot of good verticality using that shaft there. Again, this is the lattices that are kind of outside the conference room. There's a couple of additional vents, but real quick, let's point out. So there's this ladder over here, which goes down to the back of the conference room, and then the document bomb over there. In the background, you can see there's another vent, which we'll explore. This particular little ladder leads down into the office. So this is going to get you down into the office from this part of the roof. So the roof gives you a lot of different ways to go. Let's go back up. All right, and then coming over this way, there's another little vent you can drop into. And this is going to get you onto the top of the conference room area. So this is a little way to get a nice little vantage point. So that's a little short little vent. And then there's this vent over here, which you can drop into, and then it is going to connect to this like AC unit on the outside. You can kind of see the entrance to the vent from there. Those are the poles that go down from the zip line. But let's jump into this vent system. And now we're kind of in this main ceiling vent system. So again, if you come around here, it's going to lead to the outside of the building, which you can get back up there. You can drop down onto this AC unit. You're above the generator objective, which we'll come back to. There are 2 bomb plants for the generator, which is actually a fairly important objective. But let's keep going down in the ceiling route. So if you drop down here, that's going to lead you into the 2nd floor conference room. Like over here is the balcony with the lattices. That's just right over there. This is another drop down into the conference room, which we can just pop down just to show you again. This is where we're at. Here's that balcony. Here's the other entrance that we were just at there. And then let's proceed down further into this vent system. So if you keep going down, you're going to end up above the bathrooms, which again, this bathroom is a very big connecting area. So you got one drop down from here. You've got another drop down onto the other side of the bathroom. So a couple ways to drop down. If you proceed from here through the vent system even further, it's going to pop you out into the senator's office. So this is the way to get right down to that hack, which you open up to get to the secret files disk. Again, this window is still closed, but there's a way to open it. So let's go back through here. Let's actually go to this bathroom area and maybe start pointing out a couple other things in here. So in the bathroom, there's not only the accesses to the ceiling, but then there's this vent here, which I think we've already been through, but let's just go ahead and drop back in to the conference room. And then it connects to that side area that leads to the outside. We have been here before. And then the other thing that is important to point out is this stall has a hole in it, which goes right down to the documents area. We did put the electricity on, so we have to be careful of that. As you can see, still getting shocked. And then this will lead back outside. Let's go ahead and jump this fence here. And let's go ahead and set the bomb on the generator. So you can do it here, or you can do it over on the other side over here. This is the other bomb plant right here. There's 2 places to plant it. And once this goes off, we are going to get a couple of things, one of them being the window to the senator's office is going to open, and the cameras are now disabled. So definitely a useful objective to take. And if we come around here, jump onto this air duct, now we can get in and out of this senator's office a lot more easily. And if you were to grab the disc, you can make your way right over to the disc capture right here that Snake added, which is almost free real estate, if you ask me. So it's a really easy way to get that disc if you get the bomb plant first. So you are rewarded for getting that bomb plant. While we're outside, let's talk about this little vent. This is going to lead you down into the parking lot. So in the parking lot, we already discussed the bomb plants. Let's look at this little vent over here first. So there is this little vent which connects through and is going to lead to a couple of potential locations. So one of them is over here in this little stairwell. It's the main stairwell there. And if you keep following it around, it's going to get you into the other disc capture room right over here in this little back area, which also contains the med kit. So that connects through. There is this hacking panel here, which is again a longer hack, more similar to the electric water hack. And this one is just going to put some steam around the senator's office, so it just kind of obscures vision on the senator's office. So it can make it a little easier to get to that disk. So it's a relatively useful hack, but not the most important thing if you ask me. This is the main door that we already hacked open permanently to get into the parking lot again. And then if you take this little vent back here, this is sort of like the back way into the disk capture area. So it's just a little longer time to get back through there, but you can get back into that area without having to hack open that door. So it's not required to hack that door, it's just faster. So useful little tunnel there. And then if you take this little back route, this is going to take you back to the sort of like spy spawn area. So we can just kind of quickly explore back here. You kind of come through this like sewer system and everything. And then it's going to ultimately take you back to the kind of connecting spy spawn area. So if you remember, we dropped down into this room initially from spy spawn through there. We can come back up these stairs. And let's just take this little hedge just for the fun of it. So as you can see, it's like a hidden area. I almost kind of wish there was like a marker of some sort, like just any kind of prop that would kind of point out where that comes out of, but it's not a big deal. It comes out near the spawn there. There's also this hatch, I think I pointed out earlier, which goes to the office. These cameras are dead now because we hacked or we bombed the generator. And then this connects through to this is again that ladder that goes up to the roof. Electricity's still on, so that'll still shock you here. And then the other thing I did want to show you was not only is there a back door to the bomb area, so you can come out to the generator bomb, and then you can hack it again to make it permanent. But there's a very useful little couple things over here. So not sure I pointed it out yet, but there is this stairwell hatch that goes down to the parking lot. And then if you remember, this is going to come around and connect to that underground vent system back here. So that's a useful little connection. And what I really wanted to show you is in the conference room. There's this podium, which you can use as an elevator. And that goes down to the parking lot. So I do like that. That's a cool little thing. It took me a while to even realize that was a thing. So that is CPUSA. It's a really fun map. It tends to be pretty chaotic. A lot of action going on. The spies are usually planting bombs and then running to another objective, grabbing a disk, or trying to get some seconds off of a computer. Again, you have to take 5 objectives on this map as the spy, so it's a lot of hit and run. But then, as the Mercs, everything's kind of within range of each other. Like, it's not like a huge amount of distance between each objective, so you've got your office over here, the conference room is right here, the documents are kind of in close proximity. You have the stairwell that gets you up and down to the parking lot. So a major thing is going to be kind of covering this sort of middle area, and then up on the top conference room, and then using these stairs to move up and down levels. So this stairwell is used a lot by the Mercs to get back up and down from the bomb plants. And, again, as the spies, these little side hacks are permanent on this version of the map, so getting those doors open is going to be helpful. Using those side hacks like the electricity on the floor, the water, is really helpful. Using this elevator shaft, getting that unlocked is helpful to change levels. So the more you can just have mobility as the spy on this map, the better. This map really is, in my opinion, all about mobility and just being able to change levels, rapidly hit different objectives. So that is kind of the overall strategy as the spy. Hit different objectives rapidly. You probably do want to split up as the spies and just hit as many objectives as you can, and just create a lot of chaos. Just create too many things for the Mercs to react to. You can use that bomb to pull the mercs down below while you're hitting the computer terminal, like in the office or in the conference room, for instance. Using this button, again, is going to be really helpful on the conference room. So shutting these doors to be able to get this computer terminal is going to be really good. And then, I already mentioned the electricity for the water for that bomb plant. So a lot of like cool, interesting mechanics that you can use as the spies. As the mercs, just make sure you are covering, primarily this sort of middle section. You want to be near stairs a lot of the time, so being kind of in this area so you can go downstairs, you can hit the conference room, you can hit the office, you can quickly run upstairs to the conference room. You can use this merc door. So even if they close the conference room doors, you can still use this merc door to get into the conference room and frag or snipe up onto there. So that is important. And then obviously these discs, you want to make sure you keep locked down because it is, a lot easier to make those disc captures on this version of the map. So that's kind of the general strategies there. If you're liking these map tours, please do leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, and use the download links in my channel description to get access to the game download, the software download to connect with other players, and the link to the Discord channel for the main sort of Splinter Cell community, so you can talk with other Splinter Cell fans and get some games arranged. But until next time, I'll see you all in the next video.